Let's discuss step by step how to find vertical asymptotes of this rational function. Now, one thing that you should always make sure is that if you found a vertical asymptote, plug that x value in the numerator and make sure it's not 0. Because if it is 0, then actually it won't be an asymptote. But for us, in this case, that's not going to happen. It's just a word of caution that it could happen. All right, so what we need to do is look at the denominator and we need to factor it. Let's see if we can factor it. So it's actually a cubic. And you may be wondering, okay, do I need a lot of special stuff to factor it? Well, no, actually, you don't, because there is a GCF. So when you look at these terms, x cubed is x times x times x, right? 3 times. X squared is x times x. And then this guy is 72 times x. So do they share something? Yes. In fact, they do share one x. And that x can be factored out, which is what we're going to do. Once we do that, if you take out an x from x cubed, you're going to wind up with 2x's multiplied, which is x squared. Then plus, okay, one x is gone, the other one is still there, and minus 72. Now, what we need to concentrate on is how do we factor the expression that we see in parentheses, like this one right here? Well, we want two numbers that would multiply to negative 72 and add to plus 1. Okay, so hopefully you know, but if not, you can just cycle through all possible factors of 72, and you will see that I think it's going to be 8 and 9, right? Because 8 times 9 is 72, but one of them should be negative because the product is negative and the sum is positive. So I think it's going to be negative 8 and positive 9, right? Okay, so let's see. So if we put negative 8 and positive 9, that should work, because then when we FOIL, we're going to get this, right? Because we'll have 9x minus 8x, which is 1x. Okay, so once you factored it, you need to set this thing equal to 0 and solve for x. Now, here is where I see a lot of students mess up. They usually will notice that you have this factor right here, x minus 8, which corresponds to x equals 8, and they will get that part. Then they also will say, okay, well, I also know this guy, because that guy is going to be 0 when x equals negative 9. But what they forget is the x. They're thinking, well, x, x is just x. It's not going to be 0. Well, that's kind of like, that's the trick, okay? That's the thing. X could be 0 when x is 0. Right? X is 0 when x is 0. So yes, you're actually going to have another asymptote here, which is x equals 0, which is the y-axis, okay? So you'll have 3 asymptotes.